In today's video, we are going to be reviewing the Planes Pro add-on. This is created by Aria Creations. This add-on is priced at 1,170 Minecraft coins. That's £5.79. This add-on is priced at $7.20. This is a very different kind of add-on on the Minecraft marketplace, so I am excited to check this out. They're trying something new, but is it going to be worth the price tag? When you join the world for the very first time, you'll be given this, which is the Planes Pro book. Can be placed down like some of the other add-ons we have checked out. Tap on the right to change page, and also tap on the left to go back. But this add-on has something I have never seen before, and that is the ability to craft specific planes inside of a book. Don't worry about losing this book, because you can craft a new one inside of a crafting table with this recipe right here. You'll also be given a paint bucket. This gives you the ability to change color of your plane. Let's craft the first plane available. We are going to craft an Aerolite, and the features of this is speed 1, parachute landing, change camera, small inventory, and does not crash. And these are going to be your needed materials. So grab the materials. Also grab your paint bucket if you want to change the color. On this, yes, inside of the book, just hit auto crafting, and it is automatically going to craft for you. Once it's done, it's going to pop out on the floor, and you are then able to pick this up. I made myself a runway to show you guys how cool this is. I was super impressed with it. You want to go ahead and place it down. You can then tap on it to go ahead and change color. You can get inside of this, and then obviously you can change perspective like this. I feel like I'm playing GTA with this. All you do with this one is I'm just right clicking, so it's just going to be like tapping. But we'll start off in, we'll do this perspective first. When you go, there is a speed meter, and you have to hit the speed meter in order to begin flying. You can then also change your perspective. I thought this was absolutely incredible. Now, trust me, it gets so much better than this. And I was wondering why this add-on is priced at quite expensive. Well, it definitely offers something a little bit unique, and this does not crash. Some of them actually do. So you can actually like nosedive and things like that. You can then get out of this, go ahead and change it to a color that you wanted to. If you then also crouch and right click on it, there is an inventory. However, there is a slight bug with this, because if you then break this and pick this up and then place it back down, you'll notice the color changes, and also all of your diamonds have disappeared. So be very careful. But I'll show you guys what happens if you don't have enough speed and momentum. You'll see here, take off canceled, because we don't actually have the speed to take off, which I thought was a pretty cool idea. It'd be really cool for someone to build like an airport creation with this add-on. But if you do get stuck, you can then just go ahead and break this, pick this up, and put it back on the runway. The next plane that we have is called the Dropper. It has speed of 2, drop instant, grow trees, auto reload, and change camera. And these are going to be your needed materials. Now, one thing I haven't tried is by auto tapping on this in survival with none of the items. If you do this in creative, by the way, so if I go to / game mode C, you can automatically just tap on this and it will craft them. So I really like that it is creative and survival friendly. And you can see here, it then spits this out. But again, the materials, as we go along, you are going to need more and more. I really liked the idea behind this one. It kind of reminded me of like a Spitfire plane. If you're into your planes, you'll know what I'm talking about. Now, obviously, you can change color, and after a certain amount of time, you'll see that the trees are now ready to be planted. Get inside of this, and as it says, lock up and go forward. This one's got good speed. You can see here we're now taking off. We can then change perspective. If I then hit left, you'll see tree is ready to be planted. If we hit it again, the trees are now being released. And these are instantly going to grow giant trees. Trust me, these guys are insane. So you can see here, they're now starting to be instantly built. Now, they can get bigger and bigger than this, as you can see here. So we'll start planting down a couple of these, and you'll see they are starting to grow. But be careful, because if you do hit something in this plane, it will crash. I want to show you guys this one more time when it crashes, because it leaves a bunch of smoke particles on the floor, and you can actually see these from a little bit of a distance. And I just thought it was a nice touch to add to it. So if you are doing this in survival, be very, very careful. Now, let's say a tree did get set on fire by accident. No problem. The next plane can actually put this out. The next one we have is Canadair. Speed is 2. Collect plus drop water and extinguish fire. You can also change camera. And here is the needed materials. So we'll grab all of these. We'll grab that as well to change it. You can see things do start to get expensive. We'll change our game mode to survival here, because I'm curious on how this is going to work. We're then going to hit craft. It's going to consume all of our items. And then out is going to be a plane. And this one's relatively big, but you can clearly see we have a slight problem here because everything is now set on fire. So we'll place this down. We'll change the color of this. I really like this one. Just like before, you can change your perspective if you wanted to. Just go forwards. Make sure you've got enough runway room. And you can see we're now starting to fly. I'm going to change perspective because with this one, kind of reminds me of like an AC-130. But with this one, you have to land on water. So be very, very careful. Don't go like full nosedive, because that will happen. Safely land this on the water, and it will begin to fill up the water tank. And then it will also have the ability to take off as well. Now, like I said, this one's a relatively big one, so be careful. And if you tap left, it's going to start, obviously, letting go of the water, which is why this is really good for something that has been recently set on fire like this. But you're going to have to kind of, like, pinpoint this accurately. But you'll notice that I've now run out of water, and then we're then going to have to land on some water once again. Dude, this one's really impressive. It will take you a little bit of time to get used to the planes. But if you're going to try and land it on water, which is what I'm still trying to get used to, you got to be really, really careful here. Hold on. Are we landing it? We landed it. Hold on. It's filling up. It's filling up. And then we got to make sure we got enough room on the water here to then take off again. Sometimes, like, the cameras do glitch out a little bit. So probably first person would be a little bit better here. But honestly, you could just do this and then hit F5. Not so much. Probably best off changing perspective here. I want to see if we actually have... Oh, I just realized that the water's actually pouring down the tree. I didn't know it actually created like a water source, but I guess that's one way to get rid of it, right? Try it again, though. Here we go. Emergencies. This would be so useful for roleplay. We actually have a stunt plane. It is called Cessna. And it includes stunts, looping, roll, dive looping, upside down, and even the corkscrew. So make sure you've got the needed materials. I really love how this works. Craft your needed plane. This one's on a much smaller scale. So let me show you how this one works, because it's slightly different. So you want to tap on this. Feel free to change the color, because I gotta be honest, pink isn't quite for me. I'm gonna go with... Ooh, I like this one, to be fair. So we're going to change perspective. We're going to... Come on. Look up. Make sure we make it in time. And then I think if you hit right again... Hold on. Sorry, not right. Hit left. You have looping. Now, once it's on one of these, you then attack. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to hit left again. We're going to do looping this time. We're going to go through it. We're going to go roll. We're going to change it one more time. So we've done looping, we've done roll, we've done corkscrew. We haven't done this one. Be very careful with this one, because your engine can actually cut out, and then it will prompt you to look up. But just like some of the other planes... Oh, it actually leaves really cool particles. I never actually noticed that one. That one's super cool. But yeah, just like some of the other planes, this one can crash. I'm actually trying to show you guys like a crash experience with this. I'm trying to go a little bit faster. I don't know if that's going to work, but let's see what happens. Let's go. No, this one didn't actually crash. I am going to crash this plane, though, so let's try this one more time. You need a flat surface for this to work. Here we go. We're going. We're going. Gotta look up here. Changing perspective. We're then going to nosedive straight down. And yes, there you go. It didn't actually kill me, though, but my plane is completely done. And we have the Cessna Cut. Speed 2, particle trails, change camera, and inventory 27. So if we craft this one, I'm also curious though, because we're going to grab some food here. If I was to craft this, just like the one I showed you before, and put things inside of it, let's place it down. Here we go. I'm going to crouch and put this inside there. So all my food's inside of there. And then I'm going to break this. It didn't go inside of my inventory. And something tells me it's not inside of here. So that's really, really frustrating with this. But the designs seem to be somewhat familiar. And with this one, we're just going to back it up a little bit, because I actually don't think I'm going to have enough room with this one. So we're just going to keep taking this back. I like the animations that we have going on in here as well. Here we go. I made the runway just about big enough so every plane can actually take off. Would have been nice if there was like reversing sounds as well. All right, let's give this a go. So we're going to change to this. This one's relatively fast. Here we go. Takeoff was successful. This one has particle trails. You can start them and stop them. Ah, okay. So it is very similar to the other one. To be fair, I think the other one's a little bit better, though, because it's a stunt plane. I don't think these particle trails are as exciting as what the other ones had. So in my honest opinion, you probably didn't need two of these. Now we start to get into some of the cooler stuff. We have the F22 Raptor, which is the fastest one you can get with a speed of 4. It says match 3 speed, look slightly down to increase speed. You do not have any camera perspective, so no way to change it. But I am curious if we can change the color. Let's auto craft this one. Let's see what the design of this one looks like. Ah, okay, so they've done it from that side to that side. Okay, let's place this one down. This one doesn't need a big runway like this one, so we'll place you down. Can we change the color? I think we can. Ah, okay. Oh, I like the windows on that one, but I like that one a little bit better. Hold on, let's cycle through all of these. That one's really bright. Oh, nah, I gotta go with this one. So you can't change perspective with this one. But with this one, you can take off really, really fast. And then you can kind of change the speed. Look down for speed. You can kind of match 2. Look down again, I believe. This one will go even faster. Bro, this one's really cool. I really wish you could change perspective with this one. Look how much faster you get. Oh, this is cool. I think a lot of people will like this one. Just sad that I couldn't change perspective. But you can if you hit F5, but there's no like built-in change perspective. You know what I've not really done with this though? Try to actually land the planes properly. To be honest, it can be quite difficult to do. Yeah, here we go. Let's take it off one more time. Yes. I really think they did good with this add-on. It's very, very different. Look slightly down. We're then going to speed 2. You just got to watch out that you don't crash. We then got to also look down again. Come on. Should change speed. Come on. I got to be careful. There we go. We changed. And we're changing speed one more time if we look slightly down. Uh-oh. I don't want to crash. You're probably best off going really high, because otherwise this is going to happen. You're going to drown. And I think your plane might drown too. Next to the F22 Raptor, we have the Osprey. This one is a speed of 2. It says takeoff plus folding animation transforms into a plane just by looking down slightly. Now, I'm just going to craft this one because this is a really, really awesome animation. Totally didn't crash one before. But let's grab this one because this one can just be placed on the ground anywhere. And then when you tap this, you have to wait until the animation is done. I know I kind of don't have the color change in one here, but you can go ahead and change this. But when you get in this and you want to take off, you have to attack. If you then change your perspective, you can see here it has like a charging ability. I love this. Let's go back to this one, because once this is done, hold on, nearly there. Here we go. You then have to look up. It's then going to take off. And change perspective here. Bro, I feel like I'm in something like Halo. You look down slightly, it then becomes like a plane mode. But we gotta be careful because you might crash. This is why I say if you want to go into some of these specific modes, you're probably best off flying high. But now we're in plane mode. We can then change it again, right? If we look down, maybe? I don't actually know how to change this from plane mode back to the helicopter mode. But this is by far the coolest one. Now, one thing I haven't actually showed you guys yet is if you do get out of this, hold on, let's hit this. You can hit interact to parachute. I haven't actually figured out how to mess around with the parachutes just yet, though. There we go. I figured it out. You gotta kind of jump and just interact slightly to do it. Also, like, I think everyone by default does just have a parachute. That took way longer to figure out. Before I show you the Stearman, I want to show you the towing truck. So the towing truck, this is the recipe you're going to need. And this can tow any of the planes that you have created. Really, really cool and easy to do. So what you want to do here is in front of a plane. Doesn't actually have to be in front of a plane, but is place it down, hit interact. And what this will do is this will take a plane with you. So you can see here, the plane is always going to follow you. You can then put this in a hangar if you wanted to. You tap again, it's going to stop doing that. You can reverse again. Now this one does have the reversing sounds, which I kind of liked. So a really cool addition. And yes, you can change the color of the towing truck. So I've grabbed the Stearman. This one has a speed of 2. It says shoots fireworks, turns leaves into wool. I want to see how this one works. Just like the other one I showed you, it has some really cool animations. I think you can change the color of this one as well. We'll go for, let's go for this one, a little bit of a darker one. So we then want to, let's change perspective, go forward. I think we do have enough runway here. This is going to be a close one, guys. We've taken off. We've taken off. And you can prepare fireworks. Here we go. And then you can just, just shoot them. Apparently it turns leaves into wool. So let's try it on, like, I don't know, this one maybe? I managed to do it, but I also crashed at the same time. It converted all of these leaves into this. I'm sorry, B. I'm ruining your home. But yeah, that one's really, really difficult to use. Another one we have is the Vortex 13. Now, I'm in a different world here because I had experimental settings on and the magnet wasn't actually working with it on. I want to see if this is now going to work with this one. Hold on, let's try this. Here we go. So magnet should be on. There we go. Yeah, this wasn't actually working before, but you can clearly see I'm able to pick up mobs. That's the problem. Some of these experimental settings don't actually work very well. But how low do I have to go? There we go. All right, let's try something a little bit more interesting here. / summon. Let's do an iron golem. Oh, I think I killed him. I think I killed some of them. Let's interact with this. Can you pick up an iron golem? These are the questions. It's a really big mob. Come on, big boy. Yes, you can. You can just go ahead and kidnap all the animal nap, mob nap, all of these. I'm taking all of the chickens with me. And the last one we have is the XXL Rescuer, which has the ability to drop off care packages. Let me show you this one. I hope I've got enough space on the runway here. So let's place you down. We're going to change the color to, you know what? We'll go with this one again. You have to wait for the packages to load on the top. And once they are ready, you're then able to go ahead and drop them off for your friends. So it's not quite ready. It'll be ready in like 3, 2, 1. Come on. There you go. Now it's ready. Now we're upside down. I can then drop off this care package. And trust me, it is actually a proper care package. I've been messing around with this. So you can then get out, or your friend can then get out. You can check what's available. We have ourselves a starter kit, including the plane's book. You have a furnace with some stuff inside of it, so you can cook things, a bed, crafting tables, and so much more. I thought this was a really nice addition. I hope this add-on has helped you decide whether you want to get this add-on or not. It is a really, really good add-on. It's just very pricey. The most expensive one, I believe, we have checked out so far. But the creators of this definitely did a very good job. For me, it definitely gets a thumbs up.